Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast update for the Northeast. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Temperatures are quite warm across much of the Northeast right now. We've got a ton of warm air coming in, 50s and 60s from the Gulf Coast through the Eastern Corn Belt into much of the Northeast. A little bit of a warmer start to the weekend. We are trending a little bit cooler with a chance for some precipitation as we head through the weekend into early next week. As you look at the satellite picture here early on Friday morning, a lot of cloud cover across the Northeast unless you make your way further south across parts of maybe central and southern Pennsylvania off toward Long Island, finding some sunshine early this morning. And then beneath those clouds across parts of upstate New York, Massachusetts, even portions of southern Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, seeing some light precipitation underneath those clouds as we head through the early morning hours. Now, the hazards map is relatively quiet, about as quiet as I've seen it over the last few weeks. Not much to talk about as far as advisories go inland across the Northeast, down to the south, and then back across the Corn Belt this morning. Now, the pattern, though, as we head into the next week is one that's going to favor more in the way of active weather across the midsection of the country. Storm systems coming from the Pacific, ejecting across the central and southern U.S., dumping some precipitation on parts of the Corn Belt in the south before lifting off to the northeast across New England. So we're going to get our chances for some precipitation here across the Northeast as well as we head deeper into the next 7 to 10 days. Side by side, I'm showing you the European ensemble picture on the left, the GFS ensemble on the right, both highlighting this active corridor from the central United States into the Northeast. The only difference here is how they kind of handle the south, and in this case I do lean toward the European here being a little bit more active across the south as well. The way that we do this, we trend away from a pattern that's favored broad ridging across the entire central and eastern United States, giving us mild, quiet weather, to one that's going to favor some troughing across the west. And this will send, again, a series of storm systems across the midsection of the country through the Corn Belt, eventually into the Northeast. Now, this ridging upstream as we head into the last few days of November is going to help keep us with a bit of a warmer bias across the Northeast as we head into the end of November. Now, here's the upper level pattern that's driving all of this. Again, here is the very strong jet streak right now that's bringing the cloud cover, the shower activity, and the precipitation across parts of the region here as we get started on Friday morning. And as I take this into the weekend, here's the next system that comes swinging out of the northwest. This one right here, as it makes its way into the central United States, that's going to help us develop an area of low pressure along that frontal boundary and get some more organized rain lifting out of here Sunday into Monday. The next system then really digs in across the southern plains, wraps around the base of the southern Rockies here as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. That's going to do the same thing, organize an area of low pressure, some rainfall, and some precipitation moving in through the eastern Corn Belt here as we get toward the Thanksgiving holiday and then lifting into the Northeast. And then already see that next one coming in here, same thing, rounding the base of the Rockies through the central and southern plains as we get into the end of next week. Now, as we look at the short term here, the high-resolution NAM model, we're going to see a mostly dry start to the weekend. The rain is really backloaded, so there's the very light shower activity here Friday morning. Expect much of this to wane as we head through the rest of the day today. We'll be dry for our Saturday, and then it says we get into, this is now midday Saturday, getting into Saturday night, late Saturday night into Sunday morning, the rain begins to move in across the southwest. So rain, perhaps mixing a time with some snowflakes on Sunday morning, across parts of Pennsylvania, lifting into upstate New York. A better chance for snow as this thing lifts off to the north across upstate New York into New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine, with rain expected off to the south. We can see all this with the European operational model. This will take us into the weekend and then beyond. So here we go, a relatively quiet Friday and a relatively quiet Saturday. Saturday night, this is now 10 p.m. Saturday, this is about midnight, getting into Sunday morning now. This is sunrise Sunday morning. Again, light rain, maybe some light snowflakes pushing into western Pennsylvania. This then spreads slowly off to the north and to the east as we head through the rest of the weekend. So Sunday, precipitation may really be teasing us off to the west for much of the day. Some of that light snow, light rain across western Pennsylvania, upstate New York. Meanwhile, eastern portions of Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, up into New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine, dry through the day on Sunday. It's not until we get into Sunday night and Monday we see that system lift through, bringing rain and maybe even a few snowflakes to the majority or the remainder of the region. So then we see high pressure on the backside. It'll be cold, but it will be quiet as we head through Tuesday. But already as we get into Wednesday, our next system is on its heels. So another chance for some rain in the south, snow in the north as we head into Wednesday. Same thing as we get into Thursday and Friday. And now at this point, we're getting into days 8, 9, 10, where the air is going to begin to grow in these systems. So an active pattern Each of these systems is going to kind of do its own thing and then change the upstream environment and alter kind of how the precipitation is distributed, our temperatures, and where each frontal boundary is going to be located. So we'll use caution as we look at the period here towards the end of November, but understanding that both models are highlighting this trend toward a more active pattern, one that's going to favor more in the way of precipitation across the region. On the left, you got the European. On the right, you have the GFS. And there you can see there are differences, but both are honing in on the same general pattern. As we head into the next week, then we can use the ensembles. This will help us kind of sort through the details. Where's the probability highest of picking up an inch or more of rain over the next 7 days? Well, it's right in this corridor from Oklahoma through the eastern Corn Belt, and then off generally through the northern portions of the Northeast. And where do we see the best chance for snow? The probability of picking up 1 inch or more over the next 7 days, highest from the Great Lakes into northern portions of the Northeast. So we're talking about where we could get some lake effect influence here across parts of New York, getting into northern New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. That's where we have the best chance for some accumulating snow. And again, the pattern really, while we see our shots of cooler air, we're going to favor a return to warmth as we head into Thanksgiving week. So here are your highs over the next 5 days. Friday, very warm, relatively quiet across the region. A little bit cooler as we head into our Saturday. Cooler still on Sunday with rain, maybe some light snow mixing in there. And then as we head into Monday, we'll start to warm back up. Temperatures heading back for the 40s and the 50s by the time we get to the end of next week.